Hi my lovely dears, and welcome to this new tutorial. This tutorial is another one in the series on preposition and is about the preposition in. And so you can find all the other tutorials on prepositions linked in the description. But so for the preposition in, the general idea that you give or the general idea that you transmit is a position. It can be a position in space, in time, and so this is in general. And in can often be translated with in also in English, but as always, it's not 100% of the time. It's not always the case. And so let's start with some examples, some specific questions that you can answer by using in. So the first one is where. So for example, if you want to say I'm in a room, you say sono in una camera. Or sono in una stanza. So you're using the preposition in. Or if you want to say I work in an office, then you say lavoro in un ufficio. Now, as I said also in the videos about when you talk about a place, so when you want to say that you are at a place, in a place, sometimes you use in and sometimes you use a. And as I said also in that video, there is no real rule for when to use one or the other. You just need to get used to it. But there are also a couple of things that you should keep in mind. Like, when you talk about lands, like Italy, like Spain, or whatever land, you need to use in. So, for example, if you want to say, I was born in Italy, you will say sono nato in Italia. Or if you want to say, I'm going to France, you will say Vado in Francia. Or if you want to say I live in Spain, you will say Vivo in Spagna. So when you talk about a land, you use in, while when you talk about a city, you use a. And so for example, if you want to say again, I was born in Naples, then you will say Sono nato a Napoli. Or if you say I live in Milan, then you say Vivo a Milano. And as I said earlier, in is not only for a point in space where you are, but also a point in time. So you can also use it, for example, with parts of the day. So if you want to say, in the evening I will watch TV, so you can say in serata. Serata is more, like the span of time involved with the evening. Guardo o guarderò la televisione. Or if you're talking about the seasons, so you want to say in spring the weather is nice, so you say in primavera il tempo è bello. Or if you're talking about months, so if you want to say I'm going on holidays in June, then you will say andrò in vacanza in giugno. Or actually there you can also use al giugno. There's also another possibility. With years you use in. So for example, if you say in 1985, then you say nel 1985. So you also need to combine in with the article, but when this you use in. If you want to say in precise year, I know a year something happened or this kind of stuff. And then another use is with means of transportation. So whenever you talk about what means of transportation you are using, by bus, by bike, or by car, then you need to use in. So if you want to say I go to work by bus, then you say vado al lavoro in autobus. Or for example, I go for shopping by bike, so I cycle. Then you would say vado a fare la spesa in bicicletta. Now what is important here is that when you talk in general about what means of transportation you are using to get somewhere, to do something, you shouldn't use any article, because if you use the article, then you mean inside something. And so, for example, you can't use it, you can never say nella bicicletta, because the bike is not a confined space, so it's not inside the bike that something is happening. But you would say sulla bicicletta in that case, on the bike. But that is also for the video about the preposition su, so we'll talk about that more in the video. But so the point is that you don't use the article, because also if you say nella macchina, so that means inside the car. So in macchina can mean actually both, so by car and inside the car. But if you say nella macchina, then you just say inside the car. Or if you say, I'm going to Greece by plane, I'm flying to Greece, then you say vado in Grecia in aereo. But for example, you could use nell'aereo to say, I sedili nell'aereo sono scomodi. So the seats in the airplane are uncomfortable. Then you could use it like that, but not to say by plane. So it's important to keep this difference in mind. And very last use is to talk, is that, so using in to talk about the way that something is happening. We have seen that with the preposition di, and so you can use also in to talk about the manner, the way that something is happening. And again, it can be a bit idiomatic. And so an example could be rimanere in silenzio, so to say in silence. And I made a video also about rimanere and the uses of restare, also, so to stay, to remain. And it's linked also that one in the description. But so this is a last use for in, so to talk about the way that something is happening. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. As always, feel free to post any comments, any questions, or further topics you want to hear about. And thank you for watching. Please like this video if you found it enjoyable, and see you next tutorial. Ciao ciao!